going on? I'm back again. I'm just leaving this art store, Michael's. Let's see. Had to pick up a few things. But what I want to talk to y'all about today on the GhosCast is rebuilding yourself, rebranding yourself, whatever you want to call it, changing your mind and how you think, meaning that you got to let a lot of things you got from your family, your relatives go. That's not everything. I'm not saying turn your back on your people. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there are some things that you picked up that you were not supposed to pick up. And that's everybody, right? Everybody that I'm talking to. Some things you picked up you were not supposed to pick up. Yeah. Some of those things you were not supposed to take with you as you move forward. You can't take it with you. It's not going to fit. It's just not going to fit. It's not going to fit in what you're supposed to be doing right now. Is not going to fit there. And you're going to be frustrated, wondering why this thing does not fit where you are. Is because it's not supposed to be there. You got to leave it behind, period. You got to let it go. My mother is a natural teacher. She has the spirit of a teacher. I always have had. When I was little, she used to always correct me as far as my grammar. She would always correct me. Every time if I said something that didn't sound right to her, she would always correct me. And so I learned that you just can't say anything any kind of way how you want to say it, depending on, you gotta be aware of, first of all, what you're saying and who you're saying it to and what setting you're saying it in. So I'm aware of that. So even when I talk to my audience, I know who I'm talking to, I know what I'm saying, and I know how I'm saying it. But so my point, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because when I said you got to be ready to change something, and that's a biblical principle. It talks about the scriptures talk about renewing your mind. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You got to change your thought process, and that's all of us. Like I said, we got to change the way we think at some point. As a matter of fact, you can't call yourself a real adult unless you've changed the way you thought from when you was a child. If you still thinking the same way, if you still got those same thoughts as you had as a child, and you haven't become an adult yet, no matter what your age is. I'm almost 50 years old, and as somebody who has always been interested in art, when I was small, my mother, I tell this story all the time, but when I was small, my mother made me pick up a pencil and some paper, and she would sit me down and she would make me sit there with that pencil and paper. Now, I didn't have to do nothing with it, but she would sit me down with that pencil and paper. I chose to begin drawing. I chose to begin taking that energy, all that extra energy that I was using to get into foolishness with, that I would get my tail toe up about. I chose to take that energy and start using it productively. Because her saying was, if you're not doing something productive, you're going to be doing something destructive. And I was. So I chose to take that energy and start drawing. I started using that pencil and that paper to start drawing pictures, things that I saw. And Now, there were fundamentals of drawing that I'm going back to the point of having a new mindset, though, is I'm at this age, I'm just learning a lot of basic principles about drawing. And I thought I've been drawing for years, right? I thought, oh, I know how to draw because I can make something look like something. You know, I can pretty much get something to look like something. Then I thought that was all it was to it. But man, it's not. Like, being creative, it's so much to it. And if you really get into it, you don't really have time for the dumb stuff. Like, you just don't. You don't got no extra time. You don't have any extra time to be doing stupid stuff or things that waste your time, that's not conducive to what it is you're trying to accomplish. I never thought about being a famous artist or an accomplished artist, but then I did think about it. I started thinking about it. I mean, I'm looking at other people. I'm like, well, if they can do it, then why can't I do it? Why? Like, why isn't there someone out there that would appreciate my work just as much as they appreciate anybody else's work? Why? Like, what's stopping me from doing that? Like, when I say I'm still learning basic principles, right now I'm working on, I'm learning the different methods on how to draw the head, like the Loomis method, for instance, the way you break it down into thirds and things like that. The different planes. I was never introduced to that as a child. So, but it's never too late. Like, I'm still breathing. I still got all my faculties. I still got my health. Why shouldn't I be learning that? Like, what's stopping me? The reason why I brought up my mother is because, like I said, my mother has always had a teaching spirit, but somewhere along the line, she allowed, I think, other people to distract her. And so I saw that, and I learned from that. And so I don't ever want to be at an age where I can't learn, or I'm not interested in learning, because the scriptures also talk about, like, when I learn stuff, I understand from what I understand about the Bible, is that I learn not for myself only, but for those who seek learning. So the things that I'm learning, it ain't just about me. So that's why even when sometimes I don't really feel like, I'm not even in the mood to do some studying or learning something else, I still do it. Because I know it's not just about me. Somebody come along behind me may be able to use what it is I know, which could benefit us all when we have that type of mindset. And I'm willing to share it. I don't have the mentality I'm trying to hide it or keep it to myself. Why? Now, I also understand the concept about casting your pearls among swine. I understand that concept too, because that has happened to me before in a lot of cases too. But that's not going to stop me from learning. That's not going to hinder me. I'm not going to let that hinder me. But so yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of get into, touch on. Keep going. Don't stop learning. Don't stop growing. And if you really get off into what it is you were supposed to be doing, your vocation, You don't have no time for no foolishness. You just ain't got no time for it. There's no time. There's literally no time for it. God has given you a purpose, and you know that it's what you're supposed to be doing. You don't have no time for dumb stuff like drugs, and those things take away. Like, you want to invest in yourself. You want to build yourself up, not tear yourself down. You don't want to be self-destructive behavior. It's a popular thing right now. I don't know why. Like, it's really a popular thing right now, self-destructive behavior, especially among the young. Like, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And I know it comes from a sense of hopelessness. It comes from a sense of, well, I've tried, but it didn't work out. Try again. Yeah, try again. Keep trying. Get back up. Keep going. You got to. You got to. What especially young men, you want all the women, you want the pretty women, you want this, you want that, you want that. Don't no woman want no weak man, bro. They just don't. A man to just give up. And I know how that weight can be on you sometimes, where you feel like, I done tried everything I know how to do. Okay, well, wait then. If you tried everything you know how to do, wait. Pray. Without God in your life, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I don't know what to tell you, because sometimes that's all it is. That's all you got left. And that's for a reason too. So that you'll acknowledge his presence and his authority. So there ain't necessarily no bad thing. When you come to that brick wall but you can't move no more, that's for a reason. But yeah, don't no woman want no little weak cat, man, that ain't finna get up and try it. Especially when you're trying to do something that's productive. You're not out here. Now, anybody trying to encourage you to do something stupid that's gonna risk your life or your freedom, or put somebody else's life or freedom in danger, then that ain't what you want to disconnect yourself from that anyway. You want to move forward from that anyway. So, but anyway, let me get on and start moving around, because I got a few things I got to do, but I just wanted to holler at y'all on that tip. Have a blessed one.